before we jump in, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Listen, this channel is for people who want to have real conversations, no fluff, authentic, where we talk about money, mindset, and relationships and everything else under the sun, as long as it gets back to the money and how we can level up in life. Now, let's be real. Subscribing to this channel helps my content reach more people, which gets me closer to monetization so I can continue to keep giving you high quality content. Now, if you rock with that, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. Let's get back to the video. I don't know why this thing automatically muted my damn thing, but welcome to another show, one of the dopest shows on YouTube, where we talk about everything under the sun, as long as we get back to the money, real conversations, real solutions. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? How y'all doing on this Wednesday? Today's a great day. Today's a phenomenal day. Hope y'all having a good one as well. Listen. We got a lot of topics to cover tonight, but before we get there, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. All right, gotta continue to keep pushing this channel forward and forward and forward and forward. All right, listen, super chat goals today is $100. Cash app goal is $50. Make sure you join the ENG community as well. The gold is $2.99, silver $1.99, and the bronze is 99 cents. We got to get to 100 members this year, bro. 100 members this year in order for us to go ahead and get started with our first meetup in Arizona. All right. So if you're down for that, if you're rocking with that, and just overall, if you just want to support the channel and you just rocking with me overall, support the channel. You feel me? Just go ahead and support the channel. All right. So real quick, before we get there, let me do something real fast. Let me do something real quick, like. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Let me do something. I need to send this off real quick, and then we can get into these topics. We can dive in. Which one is it? Is it this one? Make sure the damn thing is down, because you know how I be. All right, this the one. This the one I'm looking for. We're about to dive in. Just give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I'm coming. And last but not least, let me send this one, and then I think we should be straight. Then we should be locked in, ready to go. All right, bet. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into the topics tonight. I want to go ahead and dive into this first one, this little icebreaker topic right here. So there's this chick, this modern woman, and she's basically saying that, well, she's from TikTok, and she admits that she's on dating apps to get validation from other men. And then she has more things to say. So we're going to dive into it, and then I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on it. So let's go ahead and rock out.
One time, this guy asked me on a date, and as in one time, I mean last week, and we matched on Hinge, and he was like, well, I'm really busy this week, but do you want to go get drinks on Saturday? I was like, yeah, let's go. Now, if you know me, I don't like to go on dates. It's just too much work for me, okay? I'm skipping that part, and I'm just not meeting up with them. I'm on Hinge for all the worst reasons, and it's just to get validation. But this guy's very intriguing, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna go on the date. So we plan a date for Saturday. We're texting all week. Again, it's a week in advance. Now we're not texting like 24/7. We're just sending a couple texts throughout the day, nothing crazy. So Friday rolls around. I'm at the pool. We're finally getting on the what do you do for work conversation. And I'm like, well, I have a half day on Friday, blah, blah, blah. And I send him a picture when I'm at the pool, and then he doesn't answer. That's normal. Okay. He's gone like 12 hours without answering me before. So that night I go out and I'm like, well, he asked me if I was going out last weekend. So I'm going to ask him if he's going out this weekend. Mind you, the date's the next day. It's Friday. So I'm like, are you going out tonight? No response. I'm still feeling confident. I'm like, nothing's wrong here. Okay. This is all regularly scheduled programming. Mind you, the date's the next day, so it's Saturday. He hasn't answered me yet. Throughout the day, I'm like, I wonder if I'm going on this date tonight. I don't know. It's just a date for drinks, so I'm assuming I can pencil it in wherever I need because me and my friends were day drinking on Broadway. I would also like to note that we had a place picked out for the date. Like we had everything but the time picked out. But then it's like 3:30 and I'm like, he hasn't texted me back yet. I fear I'm not going on this date. Now, here's the thing. My Hinge profile has a prompt that says, you should not go out with me if you never want to feel peace ever again, because people have told me that I'm a lot to take, and I take it as a compliment. So, funny enough, he said during our Hinge messages, he was like, how much peace are we talking? Blah, blah, blah. Like, well, if this goes south, I'm like, oh, so you're already planning our breakup. Hence the no peace. So, when it was 11:30 p.m., and I still hadn't heard from him, and we were supposed to go on a date that day, I triple texted him. Everyone was like, don't do it, girl. Don't do it. I'm sorry, what do I have to fucking lose in this situation? I've never met him. The date's not happening. I gave him a warning. What do I have to fucking lose? Nothing. I triple texted him. I said, so what time are you picking me up tonight? No response. Chances of me seeing him out? High fucking chances, dude. So obviously I'm going to go up to him and confront him when I see him. He probably found my TikTok. That's probably exactly what happened. Hey, Quinn. Hey, gang. Hope you're enjoying the show. This is the raw version of me, babe.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a nothing burger. I don't know what to make of this. I honestly don't know what to make of this. The only thing I got to say is that's just part of the dating game. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the cat is just you at first you would think like, all right, cool, let's see what Shorty talking about. Then you may have a few conversations and then you start to realize like, nah, I'm good. Because he already threw up a red flag. When she mentioned, well, if you don't like your piece or whatever fuck she said, he's like, well, how much piece are you talking about? So that probably threw a red flag for him. And then yeah, it could be another thing as well, is he probably saw her platform, her TikTok, and he saw all the shit that she was talking about, and he probably like, yeah, you know what? I'm straight. Like it ain't worth the salt. Let's see. Matter of fact, let's see what she talking about. Let's go on TikTok real quick. Let's see what she talking about. Let's see what else she got. See what else she got going on. We are already starting off right. I'm gonna feel tight. Let me see TikTok. Let's see what else she got. Let's see what Shorty got going on. What's her name? Zoe R Toast. Let's see what she got. Let's see what she rocking with. All right, so she cute, but
Not go out with me if you ever want to feel peace ever again. And funny enough, he had slid up on that prompt and been like, how much peace are we talking? Like, if this doesn't work out. And I was like, oh, so you're already planning our fucking breakup. That's crazy. Anyways, he ghosted me last weekend. We had a date planned. We had a day. We had a place picked out. We just didn't have the time. I was ready for this. Like,
It was a Saturday date. I was ready. I was ready to pencil it in on my day because I was day drinking all day. So anyways, I went back to our Hinge messages and he unmatched with me. He unmatched with me. He either unmatched with me or he deleted his Hinge. And I say that because my friend has tried to convince me that he might have just gotten out of a relationship and he just jumped on Hinge just to see what's out there. And he probably got back with his ex. For my own mental well-being, I'm not a rebound and that didn't happen. I'm taking the route of he either saw my TikTok and was like, this bitch is crazy. Or he met someone else like the weekend before, the day before, that he's like, I'm going to channel all my energy into this. If you're seeing other people, first of all, who cares? Second of all, like, I'm not getting married. Second of all, why plan a date so quickly? He was so eager to take me out on a date. I hate it when they initiate it and then they just rip it away from you just like that. So he's
she butt hurt a little bit. She got excited for the date, and Buddy said, "You know what?" Buddy hit the reverse Uno card on her ass. Hey man, listen, that's part of the game, bro. Sometimes it all sounds good, and to be honest with you, the first initial time he got back together with Shorty, I don't think that's what it was. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that was the case. I think it's the fact that he probably saw your post. He probably saw all of your videos and he was like, yeah, you know what? I'm straight. Now it sound good, but just looking at her video, she seemed like she extra as hell. She seemed like she a little bit too much. And it's like, man, like annoying too much. Like, man, Shorty, calm the fuck down. You feel me? Like, let me see.
I would also like to follow up on my last video. This is why I don't date anymore. It's so fucking exhausting. How are you going to plan a fucking date, pick out the place, pick out the day, say, yeah, let's do it. I'm busy this week, but I'm making time for you on this day. We're going to this place, and then ghost me the day before. Sorry? Like, what? And it was a Saturday date. He said, let's hang out Saturday. Not like, that's too intimate. Like, pick a fucking weekday to meet me for the first time, but you chose Saturday and you're ghosting me? That's crazy. Basically, my theory is he met someone Friday night that he was a little bit more intrigued by. Girl, bye. You lost. He lost nothing because I'm fucking insane and I can't commit to anything because I have so many issues. Like, God forbid a girl.
Yeah, exactly. I think we see the issue here. He probably saw her TikTok, and it possibly could be he found another Shorty too. Like, yeah, you know what? She a little bit too much for his worth of salt. So I'm good on her, bro. She a little extra, bro.
Steps out of her comfort zone one time. She's like, I'm finally ready to get back out there. Whatever. I don't even care.
Yes, you do. Oh, you care. Yeah, you definitely care because you made 3 goddamn videos about this situation. Oh, you felt some type of way. That rejection hit hard on it. That rejection hit hard.
One time, this guy
He said he ain't fucking around. I look at him like, okay, I used to be down.
This is a part 2 on my tulip video. These are my tulips after 3 days. They have
come with us to adopt a dog. We are at the Nashville.
Yeah, he probably just like, nah, Shorty, you extra as hell for me. I'm straight on that. You doing a little too much. He's like, nah, I'm gonna hit this reverse Uno card on you, man. I'm gonna keep it pushing. I ain't with it. But let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that it's because she too much, or do you think Buddy probably found some other Shorty and he was like, nah, I think I find more interest in this other Shorty that I matched with, so I'm gonna see what she talking about. Excuse me. Or is it the third option, the fact that he probably got back with an ex or some shit like that? Which one do y'all think it is? I already told y'all what I think it is. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these 2 videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Word. So I want to get to this next topic. I want to dive into this next topic. Before we do, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure you support the channel too. Super chat, Cash App goes. All right, let's get it. All right, so let's talk about this next topic. Dr. Umar Johnson, he out here defending Dr. Cheyenne Bryan, because you already know what happened with Dr. Cheyenne Bryan, right? Nobody's believing the fact that she's a doctor, right? Now, there has been speculation when she first hit the scene that she didn't, I think with Corey Holcomb and all them, they were trying to call her out saying that she ain't got no degree and nothing like that. But, you know, people kind of took that with a grain of salt. They're like, nah, she probably do got her degree. You know how typical people are. Oh, you just trying to hate on black women. You know, the typical shaming, so guilt, and the need to be right, right? So then she comes back out on the Breakfast Club, and then she talks about how she doesn't have her degree. Well, how she lost all her credits because the school shut down. She tried to call the financial aid, and then they told her they was gonna either refund her. If they refund her, then they're gonna have to give her, then they're gonna have to wipe away all her credits, all that shit, which was bullshit anyway. And then the credits went to a third party, and then they only kept the record for 2 years. But come to find out, you can actually go into the archives, I think, of the state, and you actually go and find that information and get your transcripts and your credits and all that shit. You can get all that information, but she didn't say any of that. Or if she actually did graduate, there would be documentation such as a certificate showing that she did actually graduate, but we don't have no evidence of that. So people like this shorty lying. Now we got Dr. Umar up here defending this shit. So we gonna listen to what he got to say, and then we gonna give our thoughts and our opinions. All right, so let's rock out.
She has been the butt of everybody's internet joke. Here's what I'm going to say. And other doctors of psychology don't agree. Cheyenne Bryant having or not having a doctorate does nothing to my doctorate, Art. It does nothing to my career. It does nothing to my profession.
Wait, who is this
I don't
nigga?
have a need to investigate.
That's how I feel listening to this, man.
I don't have a need to slander her, to belittle her, to malign her, to assault her. I don't have no need to do anything against that black woman because she hasn't hurt anybody. She is a life coach, Art, and you don't have to be certified or have a doctorate or a license to be a life coach. She ain't misdiagnosed nobody. She ain't done no clinical work without a license. I haven't seen any wrongdoing from Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna start early, huh? So I was gonna let the entire video play itself out, but I gotta stop and pause it right here for a second. So you mean to tell me you come out the scene, you got Dr. Cheyenne Bryant on your necklace. So anytime somebody puts doctor in the front of their name, that likely means that they got their doctorate degree. Right? That's typically what that means. That means you have gotten the credits, you've gotten the education, you've gotten that certificate that says you have your doctoral degree. That's how she stepped onto the scene. So nobody's disputing the fact of we can talk about being a life coach. You can talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. You can give your own thoughts and opinions. You can give your advice based off of your own personal experiences and maybe the things that you have learned throughout your entire life. However, to front load that doctor, that means something. That's just like me coming on. That's just like me starting my YouTube channel and I'm saying Courtney the Millionaire. Now, if I come on here saying Courtney the Millionaire and I have no evidence or proof that I'm a millionaire on any level, then they're going to look at me like I'm crazy. Like, boy, you a whole lie here in these streets. And they're going to try to do a deep dive. And like, let's find out, let's see how much his net worth actually is. Let's see if he's actually a millionaire because he keep talking about how he's a millionaire. And it's going to backfire on me versus the fact of me saying, hey, listen, I'm building this platform. I'm building something because we are working towards becoming that deca millionaire. We are working towards something. We are building something here. We are building the foundation to get to that point. We're not there yet, but we're focusing on getting there. That's a whole different outlook. She came on the scene as Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Doctor. So yes, you're going to get criticized when they find out that you don't have that certification. Because when they think you're a doctor, they mean you certified. That means you legit. So yes, this is the issue that we typically have. This is the problem. We always trying to absolve black men and black women from accountability. This is the bull. This is why we can't get ahead. We think that we're supposed to accept all the bullshit that comes with the black community. We think we're supposed to accept everything. We celebrate the worst for our culture, and we celebrate the worst thing for our culture, and then we hate on the best thing for it. When it's accountability time, oh, everybody want to be quiet. Everybody say, hey man, don't judge a book by its cover. Hey bro, don't talk about that black woman like that, bro. She done been through enough. Man, fuck that. You ain't finna come out here and tell me what the fuck I'm finna do, or you ain't finna give me no bullshit and tell me that you a doctor when you ain't really no doctor. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that. I don't give a fuck how much Pan-Africanism that you are. I don't care. Piece of Pan-Africanism. Piece of Pan-Africanism. Black women forever, snow bunnies never. I don't care about none of that shit you talk about. No, hold her accountable. Just as you will hold a black man accountable, just like all those other fake doctors that call themselves doctor who got their ass put in jail down there in Atlanta. Dude who's out there doing teeth and shit, talking about he's certified, and he talking about he didn't realize he had to be certified in order to do teeth. You lying to me? This is why y'all can't get ahead. Y'all always trying to skip the line on some bullshit, bro. And then you don't want nobody to say nothing about it. Fuck out of here.
So what do I think is going on here, Art? I believe that black women, I'm going to call the kettle black. Some men too, but mostly black women are attacking her out of jealousy. They are jealous of her looks. They are jealous of her life coaching career. They are jealous of her podcast success. They wish they were in her position. And because they are not, they are trying to destroy that woman. Period, point blank in the story. I've told you before, Art.
Yeah. Man, hell no.
That black men have a problem with each other, right? We got an ego problem. I think black women's problem with each other exceeds black men's problem with each other. What they are doing to Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is absolutely unacceptable, Art. They are destroying this woman more than Donald Trump. They are destroying this woman more than Candace Owens. They're destroying this woman more than Erica Kirk. They're destroying this woman more than the police officers who killed Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor, Sonia Bland, Sonia Mancy, Amir Locke, you name it, Art. The enemies of African people have not received the type of vitriol that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is receiving. If y'all want to expose it and be done with it. Everybody has heard the story, Art, but guess what? They going around and around and around with this, Art.
Well, yeah, because this is and Macaroni, you right. You 110% right on this. You 110% right on this. She was straight until she started to criticize women. She was straight. Then once she criticized women and she stepped on the side of men for just a second, and she started to hold women accountable, then everybody came at her. Now, I don't think it's because she fine. I honestly don't think it's because I know he trying to protect her because she fine. But to be honest with you, that's when you pull the veil back. It's like, okay, now because here's the thing. The veil was over their eyes when she was going at the men because the focus was on the men. Oh, yeah, girl. Yeah, see, she know what she talking about. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, that's the girl right there. But as soon as she started talking about the ladies and holding them accountable, then they woke the fuck up. It's like, oh, hold up now. So who are you again? You say you're a doctor, right? So where's your doctorate degree? So let me go back to this video where you said this. Okay, you said that you got a doctorate, but I don't see none of that shit on your wall behind you. What is that? Now, I will say this: women can be some evil motherfuckers, and they will go at your head. They will go at your head. That part that he said, I do agree with. They will go at your head. They will go at you. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that, yes, just as they went at Candace Owens too for a certain amount of time until they stopped. They went at Trump until they stopped. They went at those police officers until they stopped. Now it's just Dr. Cheyenne. I'm going to stop calling her doctor. Now it's Cheyenne Bryant's time. They at her head. It's her time right now. And they on her shit. They love you until they don't. They love you until they don't. And this is what happens. This is what happens. But at the end of the day, she messed up by presenting herself and front loading the fact that she's a doctor when she ain't. And we've all debunked it already. So she can't come back with the idea of F all of y'all what they talking about. They just hating on me. Ain't nobody hating. You got to call a spade a spade. You can't call yourself something that you're not. Well, let me say you can't. Nobody's gonna believe it, right? Everything that you say is gonna be taken with a grain of salt. It is what it is. Now you gotta live with the consequences. Now, is she gonna lose her bag? Is she gonna lose a bag off of this? Probably not. She probably gonna get more of it. She probably gonna get an even bigger bag because of it. That's typically what happens. Anytime some negative shit happened to a woman, guess what? Especially a black woman, guess what? She end up making more money, getting more visibility. That typically happens. And mind you, I'm not hating. Get your money, get your bread, dog. Get your money the way that you know how to get it. Use what you got, just like they said on Players Club. Get what we got. Use what we got to get what we want. Do it. I ain't hating it all. Get your money. Get your money. But just don't be saying if you're trying to gaslight me, telling me that you're a doctor when you really ain't going. I ain't going. I ain't going. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. And let me know what y'all think, bro. Because, I mean, do y'all agree with Dr. Umar or do you disagree with what he's saying?
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Yeah, let me read some of these comments real quick. Naja said, Sandra Bland, Umar lost my respect when his daughters got on the internet holding him accountable. Yeah, see, that's why that's what I'm saying. Listen, I don't know if y'all ever noticed. It's always the pro black people that be the most degenerate. I kid you not. Every one of them, that's always the pro black. They're mixed because they got an identity problem, because on the white side they call them black, but then on the black side they're trying to prove that they're actually black. So they go extra hard, say, well, I don't identify with my white side, I only identify with my black side, y'all. And they go hard being a black person. Same as a light-skinned person. They do the same exact thing. They go hard in the paint, talk about being pro-black and all that shit. And then you got guys like Dr. Umar Johnson, degenerate. Got a daughter that held him accountable. He done bust down the white girls too. Talking about, black women forever, snow bunnies never. You lying. That shit sound good, bro. You a bad actor, homie. You out here talking about schools. You building schools. Where the school at? Where are the children in the school at? We don't see it. What happened? But you're supposed to be the hero. That's what you're supposed to be the hero, though. We're supposed to listen to you. Yeah, all right. You lying to me. Umar only saying this because he too close to be in the same boat. He about to be in the, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He in the same boat. Does he even have his doctorate degree? Or does he just call himself Dr. Two? Go to my iPad. But he. Oh shit. For real though, bro. I don't get it, man. I don't get it, dog. I don't get it at all. I don't get what these people be talking about. They just be running their goddamn mouth and it be pissing me off. It do, bro. Like real talk. I'm a person, and you know me. You know me. And for anybody else who don't know me, I need y'all to understand something. No, I'm not pro-black. And when I say I'm not pro-black, that doesn't mean I'm tap dancing for the white man. No. That means I hold everybody fucking accountable. I hold women accountable, black, white, orange, yellow, green. I hold men accountable, black, white, orange, yellow, green. I don't think every black person is a degenerate. I think there are a lot of phenomenal black people. I hear a lot of phenomenal black men, a lot of phenomenal black women. I think there are a lot of phenomenal white men, a lot of phenomenal white women. I think there are a lot of phenomenal Hispanic women, a lot of phenomenal Hispanic men. I think a lot of people are phenomenal in their own right. And every race has degenerate people in their race. And I will call it out. I will call it how I see it. I don't give a fuck. That's the thing. That's the difference between me. So the pro-black community would call me a coon because I would say, well, nigga, I'm holding you accountable because that's some degenerate bullshit that you're doing over there. Oh, you tap dancing. No, I'm not tap dancing. I'm not. I know when to celebrate. I know when to celebrate people and when not to. I was raised properly. I was raised in the 2-parent household. I understand this. I don't need to overcompensate to prove to you or let you know that I'm a black man. You can see it. I don't have to do that. I don't need to do that. I don't need to tap dance for nobody, or I don't need to change who I am in order for somebody to accept me. You gonna accept me for who the fuck I am. It is what it is. Whether you white, I'm not gonna change who I am. Whether you Hispanic, I ain't gonna change who I am. Whether you black, I ain't gonna change who I am. Who the fuck are you? I'm gonna be who I be. Where I come from, the people that I roll with, the people I hang with, the people I interact with. So yeah. Well, he did say her title does nothing to his, and to an extent, I understand it. It's not the title that matters, it's the impact. No, I agree. Here's the thing, Nigel. I agree. But it's the fact that she led with it. When you lead with it, then that becomes the problem. Now, if she just came on the scene and she was just talking her talk and doing what she's doing and still getting the same visibility, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Oh, okay. You know, some things that she say we'll agree with. There's some other things that we wouldn't agree with. But the fact that you say you a doctor and you not, that's the problem. That's that asterisk right there. Boop, 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 boop. Like, you're a doctor. When? And then here's the bigger thing. I think, you want me to be 110% honest with you, where she fucked up at? She shouldn't have said nothing. She shouldn't have tried to clear the air. She shouldn't have went on Breakfast Club and tried to clear the air. She should have just let that shit rock and not said a goddamn thing. Because she made herself look even more dumb when she tried to explain it. Because now you didn't open the floodgates. Especially for people who didn't been to college, people who understand how the financial aid work and how to get credits, because a lot of people have transferred from one school to another and understand how to get credits. Or some people who have not been to school for 10 plus years and they still had to go back and get their credits because a job required it, like for their transcripts. They understood how to get it. So when she started saying the shit that she's saying, people were like, huh? It's like, what you mean? Where they do that at? What you mean you couldn't get your credits? What you mean you getting a refund they offering you a refund, but then they're gonna wipe out your credits. What you mean by that? When they started doing that shit, you see what I'm saying? So questions start to arise. That alert sign start to come up. It's like, and we got a liar here. We got a liar. Exactly. They always over explaining. Like, listen, keep it simple. You should have just said, listen, I'm gonna let people think what they think. I know what I got. They can say what they want to say and leave it right there. Cause now can't nobody say nothing. Can't nobody say anything. She tried to over explain it and she played herself. Like Roland Martin complained, vote like a black woman. What's wrong with voting as an adult? You see what I'm saying? So now, speaking of the black community, K Michelle, yeah, buddy, K Michelle, she back on the scene again. She just did an interview with Uncle Shay Shay. She's talking about LeBron James and his comments in regards to, is this the one? Hold up. Make sure I get the right. I want to make sure I got the right one. And his comment, yeah, here we go. And his comments in regards to what he said about Memphis. For those of y'all who don't know, LeBron James was out golfing with, I guess, some golfing buddies, and he mentioned why a lot of athletes, including himself, don't like going to Memphis. It's because it's outdated, the hotels are trash, it's Y and Z. And so people such as Stephen A. Smith and other individuals said that, oh, you talking down about the black community. Why are you talking about Memphis like that? And now she's adding fuel to the fire too. So we're going to get into it, and then I'll give my thoughts and my opinions.
I love LeBron. I love
at 41 years old. You think I'm gonna do that? Being in Memphis on a random ass Thursday. I'm not like the first guy to even talk about an NBA. Like, we all like, you guys have to move. Just go over to Nashville. You got Vanderbilt over there. You got the NASCAR. You got a stadium. Don't they got a hockey team too?
Yeah, Predators.
Like, they got everything.
Doesn't look like LeBron's going to be on the Grizzlies anytime soon. So Grizzly fans out there.
Yeah, they know. Their only chance was in 2003 if they would have won the lottery. Give me that. And I might have pulled a Eli Manning and not showed up.
love his wife. I think she's amazing. Like, I love that black love. I love all of that. But to see him standing amongst, other races speaking so bad about, a city that we're already fighting. So you're going to take the Grizzlies from us, but leave us with the Elon Musk. That's what we're going to do. No, I like the Tesla Elon, like I do. Thank you. But you're going to leave our city with all this radiation, everything going on. You're going to leave our city. We don't know what's over there in that warehouse over there with Elon, but you're going to leave all of that over there, but you're going to take the Grizzlies from them.
Right.
So,
but that's how you took it. You took it as in, like, he's looking down, like, okay, you were once somebody like Memphis. You grew up with a single mom in Akron, Ohio. But I took it as like, look, he said there are a couple of places that I don't really like playing. And it's like, he said Memphis, he said Milwaukee. He said, hell, I don't like going home, and I'm from there. But
after the fact,
but
I don't care. It's what you said at first. You sat there amongst them people playing your little golf, talking your little mess.
Okay,
it's not just him that's saying. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It hit me in a way because this has been going on for years. Trying to remove the Grizzlies. It's not him. It's not just.
But then why'd y'all get so upset when he said it?
Because he should have set that one out. He should have been quiet when it comes. The state of the black community, we need everything we can in order, I want the little boys to be able to see an actual NBA player. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be able to go and watch that and have that in this city that is so full of violence in different ways that you can go if you aren't directed right. Or don't have the mother or father, grandparents praying for you. Like, I'm sorry, you're an athlete. People look up to you, Shannon. Like,
this is about a bunch of bullshit I've heard in a long time. if you ain't generating no money, ain't no reason to keep the team there. It's the same thing that's happened in Chicago. Chicago is losing the Chicago Bears. I think they're going to Indiana, some shit like that. Indianapolis, they're going to Indianapolis, some shit like that. So you still, the thing is, you're still in the state, but you're not generating anything. And everything, what's around Memphis? What's around that stadium? Everything is outdated and old. Nobody's trying to go to Memphis. When you think Tennessee, you don't think Memphis, you think Nashville. That's where everybody goes. When people want to go visit somewhere in Tennessee, they go to Nashville. They don't go to Memphis. So we're not going to sit here. We're not going to sit here and tell. We're not going to say it just because, oh, well, we want the little black boy to see an NBA player. You can. You can. You can drive right down to Nashville. How far is that drive? Let me see. How far is that drive? Let me see. That's a 3-hour drive. That's a 3-hour drive. You can make that drive. You can make that drive 3 hours and 1 minute to go to an NBA game if you really wanted to. You can make shit happen. If motherfuckers is out here buying swatches and shit for $400 getting in line, buying $400 pocket watches, oh, you can go ahead. You can purchase a trip down there to Memphis. I mean to Nashville. It's at the end of the day, it's about making the money, bro. And Memphis ain't making no money. So no, this ain't about black and white and who said what in front of who. It don't matter. It's about the money at the end of the day. If you ain't generating enough revenue, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna lose. You can either do one of the two things: take that team and move them somewhere where you got more people that's going into the city, that's touring the city, or you're gonna lose the team for good. Think about it. I'm from Mobile, Alabama. The only people that truly go to Mobile, Alabama is one or two reasons. They're passing through that motherfucker or they're retiring there. Nobody out here is talking about, hey, yo, let me drive down here to Mobile, Alabama. Let me go kick it out here in Port City. Nobody. That's why they don't have an NBA team down here. There's no reason you would not create a lot of revenue down there. There's no reason to go. Money speaks louder. Sorry to tell y'all, the money is gonna speak louder. And that's real. If you hold a face and have a voice of importance, you do utilize it properly. We're talking about an NBA athlete who has a school, who created a school for underprivileged kids, giving them scholarships to go to college. And we worried about what he's saying in front of people that he golfing with about a team that multiple people, including himself, don't like going to. When you think about the hotels that you go to down there, how trash they are and how outdated they are, you mean to tell me that's an issue? Because we weren't about, oh, well, you're standing in front of the white people. Come on, man. We got to do better than that. We got to be better than that. If we are so prideful about the things that we do, if we're so prideful about who we are, we're so prideful about our community and our city, why don't we take better care of it? Why aren't we taking better care? Why are we over here asking the government to help? It starts with us. It starts with the community first. If you really care about your community, get the degenerates out of there. Start investing back into your community. Stop asking for handouts. Start building shit. Start circulating the money back into the city, into the community. Stop shooting up everything. So it ain't about it's not about what he's saying. But of course, we always got to point the finger. We always got to point the finger at somebody else. What is K. Michelle doing? She talking about she felt some type of way. What is she doing? What is she doing for Memphis? How much money has she invested into the city? What organizations has she created? What school has she started? Hell, at least Dr. Umar at least got started with trying to get a school. What is she doing besides just talking? Doing the same exact thing that she's claiming LeBron James to do. He just talking. As if, mind you, as if Club Shay Shay don't have a lot of visibility. So she talking shit about another black man with all of this visibility. Make it make sense to me. So basically, he just saying, so I'm pretty sure they already know what it is, but they just ain't gonna say it. So he said it. What's the issue? If it's factual, it's factual, regardless of who you say it in front of. If it's a fact, it's a fact. It's kind of like white chicks. Well, you were thinking it. Well, you said it. Well, it don't matter. No matter who was thinking or who was saying it, we already know what the truth is. So what are we gonna do about it? Now that we know what was said, now that we know what the problem is, what's the solution? How are we gonna fix it? What are we gonna do?
They look up to these men in these cities. So we're going to take these role models out of a place because I get it. You know, I know it's bigger than my thoughts on hotels. I get, y'all do big.
But it's more than just speaking. It's more than just speaking love. You can speak love all day. Love ain't going to move the city. Money will. Money and action is what's going to move, not speaking love into it. You can speak love into it all day, but if there ain't no action behind it, if there's no resolution behind it, guess what? It's going to be the same. You're just going to be walking around speaking love all day. We got people walking around here talking about what's up, king and queen all day, but guess what? Ain't nobody doing nothing. Nobody's improving. What's up, king? What's up, queen? Okay, cool. Now what?
Business and in the sports industry.
Yes.
But I have to see it for people. I have to see it as a girl.
Why not? Why is representation? Why does representation got to be an entertainer? Why does representation have to be an NBA player? Why can't representation be the kid who went and got their degree and who's working a great job in engineering? The one who may not have visibility as LeBron James, but he's living a great life. He's making great money. He has a solid foundation. He got a great family, living in a nice house, making good money. Why can't he be the representation? Why does it have to be an athlete? We walk around people every day. We act like black people aren't thriving out here. There are a lot of black people that are thriving out here that aren't entertainers. They're doing great. They're doing phenomenal. So why is it that we got to look at athletes? They're not the only ones that's doing good. Don't Memphis got a black governor? Why don't they look up to the governor? I'm sorry, governor or mayor. They got a black mayor. Why aren't they looking up to him? Like, oh shit, I could be a mayor. What are we talking about? Donating to these same startups you talking about. No, but yes, I respect anybody putting in the work. It's always about the impact. Facts.
Out of there, having a son, I have to watch it for that. And for you to say, oh, the hotels are bad. Okay, yeah, it's deeper than that. Right. People have said this before, that the Grizzlies should not be, I get it, in Memphis, all of that. But I'm sorry, I'm a Memphian and I'm just not going. And the people of Memphis have to see something positive, and they deserve to see something positive. And I'm going to fight for it. Look at Penny.
Mm-hmm.
Penny is our everything in Memphis. You know, to see Penny be so I am Memphis, to see him get out there, he's always out there.
Yeah, he is.
For Memphians. He treats everybody the same way. We want more of that in the city in order to help the growth of the city. And I know y'all into making money, this and that, but in that particular comment, it was about hotels.
Right.
So that pissed me off. We're fighting for greater things in Memphis. And the fact that you could even stand amongst people and talk about a predominantly Black city that needs help.
Right.
And your big point is about a hotel because you don't want to stay at the Hyatt. Well, they do have a rooftop view. You could go and look at the, you could go and look outside if you want to, but you only there less than 24 hours. You shouldn't even be commenting. You should just go back to your hometown and pull some stuff from them.
I want to know what hotels she stay in. I want to know what hotel she stayed in. I want to know when the last time she would have stayed in the Hyatt. I want to know what type of investment she's making into the Hyatt. I want to know because she talking real. She talking tough with her chest out. She talking big right now. I want to know what she doing. I'm curious. What is she investing in? How is she helping the city? That's what I want to know. It's one thing to speak life into children. Cool. That's cool. I'm not against that at all. Giving them hope. You know what I'm saying? Giving them the Obama talk. Hope. Because that's what he ran. That's what he ran his presidency. Damn, I can't talk. His presidency on. Hope. That's what he ran it on. Giving y'all hope. Hope. Okay, there's only so much hope you can give. Now what? What we doing? Where's the real representation? Because John Morant wasn't doing a good job. John Morant was not doing a good job at that. He was supposed to be the face of the league until he started doing dumb shit. So who else you got to look up to? Since we want to talk about it. Who you got to look up to? What you doing, K. Michelle? Let's look at something. Rice. And is that rice boy you was talking about yesterday? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Degenerates ain't doing nothing. So let me see the Hyatt. And that's probably the best. I wonder how outdated these pictures are. Let me see something. We're gonna get down to the bottom of this. Oh, hold on, y'all. I knew what's gonna happen. Hold on, give me a second. So stupid. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Work so hard, they ain't never had a little occasion. Let me see. I need to keep this thing charged. Oh God. Oh. All right. Here we go.
I love.
All right, we got there. So I want to try. I want to see something real quick. Let's see. Let me mute that because I know how YouTube be sometimes. See, downtown Memphis. Okay, let's see. You. That's all. I mean, that's pretty much all we can get from that.
So we're gonna take these role models out of a place because I get it. You know, I know it's bigger than my thoughts on hotels. I get, you know, y'all do big business and, you know, in the sports industry.
Yes.
But I have to see it for people. I have to see it as a, you know, girl out of there having a son. I have to watch it for that. And for you to say, you know, oh, the hotels are bad. Okay, yeah, it's deeper than that. Right. People have said this before, that the Grizzlies should not be, I get it, in Memphis, all of that. But I'm sorry, I'm a Memphian and I'm just not going. And the people of Memphis have to see something positive, and they deserve to see something positive. And I'm going to fight for it. Look at Penny.
Mm-hmm.
Penny is our everything in Memphis, you know, in order to help the growth of the city. And I know y'all into making money, this and that, but in that particular comment, it was about hotels.
Right.
So that pissed me off. We're fighting for greater things in Memphis. And the fact that you could even stand amongst people and talk about a predominantly Black city that needs help.
Right.
And your beat point is about a hotel because you don't want to stay at the Hyatt. Well, they do have a rooftop view. You could go and look at the, you know, you could go and look outside if you want to, but you only there less than 24 hours. Right. You shouldn't even be commenting. You should just go back to your hometown and pull some stuff from them. You shouldn't be trying to talk about a place that we've had to grow up in.
But you said something very interesting. You said he probably should have set this one out. We've got to be careful because a lot of times, and this is why I said this is why Michael Jordan didn't speak on certain things.
Fake outrage. Fake outrage. We gotta pick and choose when we want people to speak, right? Oh, you can speak on this, but you can't speak on this because I'm from this city, so you can't speak on this. Fuck are you? Man, you better get out of my face. Speak on whatever, man. You talking to a billionaire. Man, I'll say whatever the hell I want to say. Who are you? When you get a school and you start putting children, when you start putting underprivileged children in schools, giving them scholarships to go to college, then you could come have a conversation with me. Until you do that, zip it. Nobody care about what you feeling and the eyes of the people that you seeing it from. Shorty, you ain't on the same level as the people that you speaking for. You won't speak for them either because you on a different level than them too. You ain't in the same tax bracket as them either. So you can go ahead and cut that bullshit out. Okay, Michelle, you were not in the same tax bracket as them. So no, you can't even, you aren't even looking at it from the lens that they are. Regardless if you're there or not, from there or not.
Because if you like what he says, you applaud him. If you don't like what he said, you try to beat him up. Because LeBron has been at the forefront. LeBron has taken a stand when a lot of athletes in past, unless you're Muhammad Ali or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Jim Brown, didn't take a stand. When all these issues were going on in 2016 with the Colin Kaepernick, and you had the Freddie Gray, and you had the Eric Garners and Sandra Bland's, LeBron was at the forefront. And and everybody applauded him then. And maybe he misspoke. I'm not sure. He can like what he liked, but we were so quick. We're so quick to jump on ours.
Yeah.
When others can, and they're so forgiving, but we just want to I'm done with LeBron. I'm done with LeBron. I kind of took it as like, look, there's really because LeBron kind of likes. I mean, when he gets there, he probably wants to go out and have a meal or something. He doesn't feel comfortable going out and having a meal because he is LeBron. Much as like, or you just like no.
Go anywhere and not feel comfortable because he is LeBron. I don't think the problem with LeBron. I don't see people saying, and they'll write you off about anything.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not writing off LeBron. We can agree to disagree. And we can do it publicly.
Yeah.
If you speak on something, then I can come back and say how I feel publicly.
True.
But does that mean that I don't support?
But you can't say. But here's the thing, though, K. Michelle. You can't tell somebody what to say or what not to say. You can't gauge somebody's personal experience in a different city. This man has been in the league 20 plus years. So he's experienced every single city that he's played in. So the point of view that he's giving it from is like, hey, bro, man, I don't like Memphis at all. We've all, especially the ones who play sports, we all been to places like, yeah, bro, I don't like that spot. I wouldn't go there again. We've all been to places like that. Me as a college hooper, I done been to certain places. I'm like, man, hell nah. I never want to go back to that hotel again. That shit was trash. Or I don't want to go play in that city again. That shit was trash. So we can say the things that we experience, and that maybe the service ain't top tier. Maybe they didn't have the things that they were supposed to have versus what they would have in New York or versus what they would have in Texas or what they would have in San Antonio, what they would have in LA or what they would have in Milwaukee, what they would have in Florida, Orlando. Who knows what it is? It could be anything. So what we not about to do is sit and tell them, engage somebody and tell them what they're not about, what they shouldn't say about a city. Man, get out of here.
Right.
Him and this man, his black family, what he's done for his son, all of that. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, I wish he had set that one out because anytime it comes to Memphis, it comes to me, and I'm going, I'm going to feel how I feel. Yeah. If I saw him today, I'm going to be like, been room for you. You know what I'm saying? Right. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? What you have done thus far for the black community. But I feel like it's a little sensitive right now, but we can agree to disagree. And that's what I mean about that when it comes to him, not taking away any of his greatness.
That's not an agree to disagree because you tell him he should have sat it out. No, he shouldn't have. He can say what he want to say around whoever it is that he's around. No. Who are you to tell him what he can and can't say? Who are you? Who are you? You ain't running nothing. You ain't no mayor. You ain't no governor. You ain't no council. You ain't none of that. Who are you? Besides just a singer who flopped. Respectfully.
Anything that he's done. But in this situation with a city that is struggling so hard, the last thing I want for Memphis is to lose something like that, what they've been trying to do for years. The city can't take another hit. And I'm just defending them not taking a hit. And I think it's needed there.
So you feel some type of way if they did move to Nashville?
Absolutely. And I love Nashville. But we're not taking... No, I love Nashville. Like, I'm signed to the biggest country label in Nashville, okay? I just got back from Nashville, 2 days ago. I get it. Everything's there. No taxes. Everybody's leaving.
They don't got no taxes in Memphis. It's in Tennessee.
Well, it's so much going on. So much land.
Oh, really? There's so much going on in Nashville.
Man, I'm done listening to K. Michelle, bro. She don't even know. She live in the places. She don't even realize. She don't even realize Memphis in the goddamn same state as fucking Tennessee, as Nashville, bro. You 3 hours away, man. Get out of here. I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. If y'all really care about the city, you would take better care of it. I don't want to hear that. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the algorithm. Make sure you hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these 2 videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
All right. Tyler Perry. Oh, make sure y'all support the channel too, man. $50 cash app, $100 super chat. All right. What we got? Tyler Perry. So y'all remember the Detroit pastor Marvin Winans when he went off on a lady about $1,000. I think she came up with $1,000 and he was talking about it's supposed to be $1,200. And he kind of called her out in front of the entire congregation. So now some time has passed and Tyler Perry has invested $100,000 into the church. $100,000 into Bishop Winans' church. Now, the reason as to why he did it, don't know. We're going to get into it. We're going to try to figure out what the hell happened and why did he do it, considering the fact of what Marvin Winans did. So we're going to dive into it and I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions. So let's rock out.
I say nothing to those people who think that my films focus on the struggle of black women, because they're right, it does. I'm in doing this, let me tell you something, if I get an opportunity to put black women
and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
I say nothing to those people who think that my...
So let me go to this. So now let me fast forward and go to the video after they received the 100K.
By saying last Sunday was a record Sunday. In one day. Hallelujah. This great church of which I am so proud to be a pastor. Hallelujah. We raised toward our building's fund $525,768. I need somebody to know. Oh, y'all can shout on that, you know. Come on and give them some praise.
Thank you, Jesus.
Oh my. Now, I am just overwhelmed. Some of you have been here at Perfecting for over 30 plus years. And I remember when we started just asking everyone that was a member to come every Sunday with a seed of $25. The church world went crazy. They went to talking about they making people pay. They paying a cover charge. They coming. And I remember when we started, I gave, and then we added a service. I said, well, I gave in the first service. And the Lord said, give in every service you have. And so that's why I continue to give, because God continues to give seed to the sower.
I don't care what y'all say. You ain't finna, you not about to sit up here and tell me and force me to pay you no money at all. Nah, big dog. If God tells you to pay tithing and give to the church every service, that's on you. That ain't what God told me. He told you that. Don't try to put that, don't try to project that onto me. He told you to put $25 in that. He ain't tell me to put $25. No, you're not gonna do that, Pastor. You're lying to me. Oh, you go to this church, you need to come to the congregation with $25. We gonna up it next month to 50 until we reach our goals. So everybody who comes to the church, $50. Ha! You lying, pastor? No, sir. Ain't happening. That ain't what God told me. God told me $10. So what makes you think I'm finna give you 50? Nope. If God told you to give $50, you give $50. He told me to give 10.
And for us, Ayandalabo Shetaba, Urande Mandalaba, Okorobo, for us to grow to a ministry where we can come and confidently give $1,000 plus. I don't hear nobody talking to me. It ain't over. Tell your neighbor it ain't over.
Listen, let me be honest. If you got it, do it. If that's what God tells you to do. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't believe in my heart of hearts. If it's not a burning sensation in your spirit where God tells you, and you know for sure that it's God talking to you, and he says, listen, and you on your last thou wow, say, hey, give this $1,000 to the church. I promise you, you're gonna receive a multitude. You're gonna receive a multitude of blessing. If you feel that burning in your spirit and God is talking to you and you know it's God talking to you, then do it. However, I don't think a lot of times I think that's just you that's thinking that you're gonna give $1,000 because you think that it's gonna be reciprocated back to you. Like, let me give this $1,000 because I know God gonna give it back to me. God ain't tell you to give that last $1,000. You lying. Now you broke. Now you can't pay the mortgage. Now you can't pay your rent. You can't pay your car note. Now you can't go to work because your car got repoed. Now you struggling big time, and God ain't tell you to do that.
I have some news that I'm gonna give toward the end of this service. That when the devil went crazy, folks started calling up from other states saying, I got to give on this. Well, maybe I'll tell you now, since y'all happy enough.
Look at the deacon.
That since it broke out Monday, we have received, one person called and he said, tell my name. He said, because I know God is in this. Tyler Perry said $100,000. Pastor, Bishop,
I swear, man, I can never, I don't know why, I can't take shit serious sometimes. I really can't. I remember I used to be in the church. And they start playing it. And look, they start playing that music, bro. They start getting that Holy Ghost. Motherfucker start spazzing out. I could never keep a straight face. And I know a lot of people feel in the spirit. I know they feel in the Holy Spirit, but I just can never take it serious. I'm always laughing because they be going in, but I'm just like, bro, what's going on? Bro, that's all I'm saying. Sometimes you can't take me around. You can't put me in serious situations sometimes, man. Especially if you're trying to tell me a story. Listen, it's not, let me be clear. It's not that I'm laughing at you or the situation, dog. I'm just goofy as hell. So you may catch me, you may be telling me some shit that's like some real deal shit that's serious as fuck. And in the midst of you telling me this story, you see me start to grin. It's not that I'm laughing at you. Please understand, it's not that I'm laughing at you. I'm just goofy, bro. I just can't take shit serious sometimes. I don't know if that's a flaw. I don't know if that's a screw loose. I don't know. I just can't.
Patrick Woodton, he said, I'm sowing and I have +1. So he and his son-in-law sent $2,000. We have received, I'll get all that over. But why don't you give God praise for what the devil meant for evil? God, turn it around.
Listen, man, shout out to him, bro. Hey, shout out to TP, bro. Shout out to Tyler Perry for, you know what I'm saying, for donating to Marvin Winans Church. You know what I'm saying? After his video went viral for going off on a woman for bringing $1,000 instead of $1,200, which still I still don't understand the reasoning behind it. But hey, it is what it is. Maybe it's a bigger purpose. I don't know that situation. But hey, shout out to Tyler Perry, showing love, giving his support. Well, I mean, what can you do? You gonna get mad at him for giving charity for $100,000? I personally don't see nothing wrong with it. If you want me to be honest with you, I don't see anything wrong with it. And I don't think anybody else should be in an uproar about it either. So, but let me know what y'all think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these 2 videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Ooh, what we got next? You want to go there first? Do we want to talk about her? Nah, we don't. Not necessarily. Oh, yeah. I want to touch on this. I want to touch on this real quick. Chelsea Handler. If y'all don't remember Chelsea Handler, she was the lady that was on Kevin Hart's roast. I don't know if y'all saw Kevin Hart's roast, but of course, like usual, there was an uproar. There's a situation where one of the guys, whose name is Tony Handcliffe, he made a comment about George Floyd. And so everybody got in the uproar about it, and everybody had a whole bunch of things to say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 2 different clips. I'm going to play the clip from Chelsea Handler, and then I'm going to follow up with that with the clip from Cheryl Underwood, who was also a part of Kevin Hart's roast as well. So we're going to listen to these videos, and then I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions. All right, so let's go ahead and rock out.
For Kevin on this date, blah, 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 will you come? I was doing funny AF with Kevin, which he roped me into, which I didn't want to fucking do. I never want to do anything with him. But I have known Kevin from Chelsea Lately days. He was on Chelsea Lately in the beginning. And so he's my very good friend, and that's someone I would love to roast. Yeah. So that was a no-brainer. But I've never done a roast before, but it didn't matter because that's my personality. You know, I can pretty much go off on anyone if I need to. So so I said yeah because it was Kevin.
Yeah. So going into this, you already knew that they was gonna be coming at your ass.
Ooh, that audio is egregious.
Left to right?
Yeah.
So you never doing a roast before. Was it like something that you kind of, did it go the way that you thought that it should go?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it went better than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot of, I'm 51. So like, I'm pretty secure with who I am.
Yeah.
I don't care if these guys say that I'm a whore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm doing exactly what they're doing, except I'm a woman and I'm allowed to.
And that's real.
Yeah, I'm rich, I'm famous, and I'm hot. So I'm fucking people. It's like,
supposed to.
That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to continue to keep doing that as long as, I remain as fuckable as I am. So I don't really see the problem.
Yeah, no. And I think a lot of other women should feel the same way out there, especially women that I run into.
Yeah, whether you're famous, whether you're famous or rich, those don't apply. But like the idea that, like, what were they going to say about me? They couldn't say anything other than that I'm a whore or my age. I think that was the other thing that they went in. And you're like, well, okay. Those aren't jokes. That's not clever writing. And I knew they would be lazy because they do that for a living. And I knew enough about like Tony Hinchcliffe and Shane and their backgrounds. I had ex-girlfriends blowing up my DMs that had dated Shane and were telling me stuff about him. So based on that, I was like, oh, these guys are pretty bad.
So you
Or could it be the fact that they don't really care much about you, or they don't follow you that way? So they really care about is the fact that you was a whore and you owe. Like, can I be candid real quick? Who the fuck? I don't know her comedy, and from what I've seen in her roast, she was trash. Her roast was trash. She talks about the same shit that. And let me be fair about this. I'm not, and trust me, I'm not trying to bash women on this. Please understand this, because there are some funny women out here. But from the comedy that I've seen her do, all she's talk about is her being a hoe. Nothing else. That's all I see her talk about. She's not funny. Listen, I'm gonna be real. She's not a funny comedian. And how did she get it? I don't know. Maybe at some point, let's look at an older picture of her. Maybe she was an attractive woman back when she was younger. Maybe that was the case, right? And so therefore she had her gateway. Let me see. So based off of the picture that I'm looking at right now, she was decent. She was decent, but not one of those, oh, she dropped dead gorgeous. She was an average looking woman. So no, you ain't hot. You're not hot. You were average looking, you were decent, but not like no, oh damn, that bitch is drop dead gorgeous. That motherfucker fine. No, you're not. No, you're not. So cut the bullshit. No, I get it. You got your confidence. Cool. You make money. Cool. Do your thing. Do your thing. I'm never going to hate on anybody making money. But stop with the bullshit. Nobody. Who are you? What is your comedy? I don't see anything funny that you any time that I've seen you do any sort of comedy, I've never found it to be funny. And it's not because of any bias or anything. I've just listened to you and I don't find it funny at all.
You had something on him that you was on. You could have tell us now. What shit Shane?
It's just everything we know, that they're racist, that they're bigots, that they're sexist, that they think they're like invincible, that they've been canceled for being like, Shane got fired from SNL, but then was on SNL. Years later. So he got fired. So what happened in between those two events? So he believes, this is per one of his exes, that he's invincible. He's like, doesn't matter. I can say anything I want.
Yeah. Do you think that now a lot of like white comics, they feel as though that they can say something racist and it's going to further their career?
Well, yeah, they're going to get in with that group of like Roganites and that Austin group of Joe Rogan and all of those guys. And I just, like, that's their MO. Even some girl comics have started to do it, to be like in with that group.
Well, yeah. Well, why not? If you believe that you should say it's a free world, you can say whatever you want to say. Allow them to say what they want to say. It is what it is. Isn't that what comedy is in the first place? So why you tiptoeing around comedy? Isn't comedy supposed to be that? You're able to say things that people aren't. You're able to speak for people who want to say some shit that they probably wouldn't say otherwise. So what? All you talk about is fucking. Don't nobody want to hear that shit all the time when they talk about comedy. We want to hear some shit. We want to hear some real shit. We want to hear some shit of substance. You don't want nobody want to always talk about your vagina all the time. Don't nobody want to hear that shit all the time, bro. Oh, but there are some people who love it. So fucking what? You ain't funny. I'm just gonna call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, they say this way.
And now because she done fucked around with some black dudes, all of a sudden she want to play Captain Save-A-Ho. That's what she want to be. Now she want to speak for the black men. Now she want to speak for the black people. Man, you don't sit your ass down somewhere, girl.
Yeah, because I'm starting to feel that. I'm starting to feel like it's this thing that a lot of white comics are doing, and there's this group of them that's like they saying things and people, they get famous and then people get on their ass, but then there's another group going, hey, well, you're cool with us for saying what you say.
Yeah.
Now they become super rich and famous and they sell out all over. And it's like, I don't think anybody should be paying attention to that because, you know, it's not happening like that on the other end. But they're becoming famous over this shit. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's crazy. So with this whole, so did you feel, I mean, did you like the shit they were saying up there though? Like,
no, I mean, it was ick. It was gross. I don't find those jokes to be funny. Jokes about lynching black people or lynching is not a joke. That's worse than rape. Like, you're not joking about rape, are you? Are you saying, I'm going to go rape you? You know, you can't do that, but you can say lynching? Like, I find that to be, I don't know, you know, people are like, it's a roast, you go for it. I'm like, you can go for it without being gross.
Yeah.
Like, I find that to be gross. I found them making fun of Cheryl Underwood's like dead husband who committed suicide. Like,
a skin color.
You know, she's fine with that. If she says she's fine with that, she's fine with that. I wasn't fine with that.
So why aren't you fine with it? If she's fine with it, so who are you to sit up here and tell her? So that's what I'm saying. So why are you up here apologizing? Why are you up here trying to apologize? Or you trying to feel bad when she don't even, you don't have anything to do with Cheryl Underwood or her husband. So if she's cool with it and she understands what's going on, why can't you do the same exact fucking thing? This apology, you trying to be an apologist white woman, don't nobody give a fuck, bro. Ain't nobody asking you to come to no fucking rescue. If none of the comics that were up there, and I'm talking specifically about the black community, the black comedians that were up there, if none of them had anything to say, why the fuck are you up there worried about it? What's going on? The last thing you should be, if anything, you should be like, listen, did they trip about it? If they ain't trip about it, I'm not tripping about it. I'm gonna feel the pain. So now you want to feel their pain for them? Fuck out of here, man.
I thought that was disgusting too.
Wow.
But there was so much disgustingness that I knew it was going to be such a gross vibe.
Okay, let's go over here to Cheryl Underwood. Let's see what she got to say about this shit.
Every man I've been with,
so just for context, the guy with the flip-flops on, he was the host of the roast. So that's one of the dudes that Chelsea Handler was talking about.
Still friends with. You know, I'm like, cool if they're alive, but you know, I'm still friends.
I left those jokes there.
Yeah, can I tell you something?
Done.
Can I tell you honestly? And that's what I've been doing in the interviews is telling people, listen, if they had not come with respect and said these are the topics,
yeah,
but I didn't know what was going to be said, and I did not know that Tony was going to do the George Floyd joke.
Yeah.
But when he did it, like I was over there, like scribbling on paper and asking God, send me the response. Send me the response, like the response to you. Send me the response, but I don't want to be mean-spirited. But with Tony and the George Floyd joke, my only feeling is if you don't have the right response that blows up the room even further, you've set back the cause. So sometimes it's say less. If you ain't got nothing good to cut his throat with, figuratively about comedy, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna make it worse, in my opinion. What do you think?
I agree. I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like especially with the late husband talk, it was like this deeply personal like a tragedy. And the thing no one talks about is like, you know, that's like horrific to even think about. And to be up there and just like laughing and making like a joke. And to me, it's like a triumph where you're like, you rose above it. You made a big joke out of everything. No one ever talks about that. They're like,
That's right.
oh, it's, I thought it was, I watched it. I was like, this is beautiful. And then you came up and I think Shane said a lot of your stuff was kind of like off the cuff, the last minute, not even on the teleprompter. I was like, that like really blew me away.
Yeah.
I think Cheryl Underwood, she stole the show. Regardless of Mike of Cat Williams showing up, The Rock showing up, Tiana Taylor showing up, all of them, Cheryl Underwood stole the show. When she got up there, she killed it. She killed it.
Because I was like, how do you do that in that room? I would be glued to the teleprompter, sweating, reading it, and to be like, all right, I have my own notes. I just formulated on a stage, on live TV, in front of an arena of people. I really was. I was like, this is amazing.
Faith in God.
Yeah.
Ask God, send me the words. Feeling safe, feeling like I'm not being attacked, so I don't have to be defensive. I don't have to be thin-skinned. And culturally, we cracked jokes when he died. We did. We cracked jokes. I had to call my father and go, can you come here and identify the body? My father was like, why? I was like, because you're my daddy. Go on in there. Go on in there and look. Go on in there. You know, but in stress, sometimes humor equalizes stress. Yep. So for me, when I first got to the talk on CBS, one of the first jokes I told was this joke about my best friend Peaches. Now I'm in Chicago. My husband dies, jumps off a building. My best friend Peaches tries to outcry me at my husband's funeral. And we're in a, funeral home, 71st and Halstead. And I'm sitting up front, and in my family, we don't, because we from down south, and my father is conservative Southern, but we don't express emotion out in public. But so I'm sitting up front, and we hear this wailing coming back from the back of the room. And it's my best friend Peaches. And she's wailing and coming up, and she is showing out. Black people know she is showing out at my husband's funeral. Now, her husband is sitting about 4 pews back.
I'm just thinking about my family at a funeral. If one person showed out, they'd beat their ass. They'd be like, what are you doing?
Now, we all looking around like, who is that? Yeah. And she's wailing. And so my father is nudging me, and I'm nudging him. I'm like, I don't know what to do. She crying. So I walk up to her and I put my arms around her. And I go, bitch, the fuck are you doing? and we laughing, but it looks like we're crying with each other.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm gonna let you go. Because your husband, Ivory Eugene Granberry.
Ivory Eugene
is 4 pews back, watching you cry over my dead husband. I'm gonna let you go. He gonna fuck you up when you get home. Yeah. But I couldn't say those words. And Julie Chen Moonves was the one who said, let's make it TV friendly, but let's put some words in it and give it a little seasoning.
It's very funny.
But it's when you say culturally, sometimes humor is the thing. It's the most uncomfortable humor that really kind of lessens the tension and the stress.
I agree, bro. And at times, and I get it. And sometimes can be bad timing. But I don't think any of the jokes that were made was bad timing. We're years past what happened, so we should be able to laugh at it, bro. We understand what happened. People have grieved over it. People have been in the uproar about it. We understand it. Well, it's you. What if it was your family? I understand that too. But at some point, you got to be able to laugh. You got to be able to take the good with the bad. You got to. We saw the bad. Okay, so now let's laugh about this now. Because that person's resting. We're still here on earth. And one of the best ways for us to get past it is one, we talk about it. All right, bet. Let's not bottle the shit up. Let's talk about it. Let's get all the emotions out on the table. Let's talk about what happened, what went wrong, what we disagree with, what we didn't like. Boom, boom, boom. Now it's out on the table. Now we can laugh about it. Now we can laugh about this shit. Now we can enjoy who George Floyd was, or we can enjoy, like Cheryl Underwood was like, hey, let's throw some season on. Let's enjoy who that person was. What we remember, the good things that we remember about this person. Let's enjoy that. But y'all, so everybody's so in the fucking outrage about everything, this selective outrage that y'all fucking got. Nobody's tripping again, and I'm gonna say it again. Nobody's up tripping, even Chelsea Handler as well. She didn't say any goddamn thing about what happened with Charlie Kirk either. She didn't mention anything, but she wanted to be apologetic for the black people though about George Floyd. She wanted to be apologetic, and this is not me tap dancing for anybody. I'm calling a spade a spade. Across, if you are going to speak up for it, speak up for that particular thing, speak up for everything. Talk about the joke that they made about Charlie Kirk, as well as talk about the George Floyd, as well as talk about the Cheryl Underwood situation. Talk about all that shit. Don't just pick one and then all of a sudden you got some selective outrage. It's bullshit. Now Cheryl Underwood's coming on all of these podcasts and let people know I'm not tripping on that. I'm not tripping on what was going on. I'm just telling you what was going on and how I had to respond to it. This is why when I said in the beginning of the live stream earlier, I was just like, bro, this is why I can't be pro-black. This is why. That's why I have to be the objective one. I have to look at everything from a 360 perspective, from both angles, all angles. Because this is one of the individuals who made these jokes, and she's sitting right there in the room with them. But yeah, guess who ain't gonna go in there? Guess who's not gonna go to that interview? Chelsea Handler though, and have a conversation and actually talk about what was going on. But was she trying to do air out laundry? Oh, well, I got a whole bunch of DMs and texts from ex-girlfriends and stuff talking about him. So fucking what? What it is you pissed off, you fake confident because you a hoe, and they called it out. You say that you say that you don't feel no type of way. No, that's what it is, because that's all you valuable. Let's be real, that's all you valuable for. Now you want me to dive into it. Yeah, you got money, cool. Great. Good for you. But you ain't got nothing of substance. You have nothing of substance. From what I see. So that's why ain't nobody checking for you trying to marry you. That's why you only fucking with bad dudes who just want to bust you down. And you gonna continue to say, well, I'm just gonna continue to be hot and I'm gonna let the dudes fuck. Go ahead. Fuck your life away. Do your thing. You got money, like you said, do your thing. Do your thing. If you enjoy it, if you like it, I love it. But that's bullshit though. Sitting up here trying to feel some type of way for somebody else. And they ain't even tripping about it.
When you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you feel you've ever gone too far in something?
Yeah, for sure. But then you're like, as soon as you do it in a club, as soon as you're wrong, you go, oh, shit. My bad.
Well, but I mean, puns are supposed to get groans. Scatological humor, shit jokes, they make you giggle like a kid. The analysis of humor is what I love. But if you dissect the joke so hard, it's like a frog. You got to kill it to dissect it. Yeah. But to me, for the people who are upset and on social media, I feel like you have a right to be that, because now I get to talk about mental illness in men, and specifically Black men, that men feel, I don't need therapy. I don't need this. I don't need that, right? In this society. But people say, well, how could you sit there? Oh, it was offensive. Well, don't be offended for me if I'm not offended, but be offended for your point of view. And you can have your point of view.
Yeah.
We're not saying you can't have it. Have it all on social media. Because most people trying to attempt to do stand-up will never understand how it feels. It's like the greatest sex in the world with a bunch of people.
He was just
Hey, it is what it is. Cheryl Underwood said it best, bro. Shout out to her. Shout out to Cheryl Shout out to Cheryl Underwood. She understands it. And guess what? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure you hit the bell.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
All right. Hold on, y'all give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Don't go crazy. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go to this next topic. All right, we're gonna go to this female debate on Team Fatty's channel. Want to see what this is about. So now, to be honest with you, I don't know what's going on in this video, but we gonna see. I'm pretty sure we'll catch up and see what's going on, and then we'll give our thoughts and our opinions on it. So let's go ahead and rock out.
A woman past her virginity status doesn't stop her from second chances. Why do you disagree?
Well, it's not necessarily that I disagree. It's just that would not be the majority of women. Of course, there's always the exception to the rules, but as a whole majority, it's better for you to be a virgin, to marry a virgin, to have children under marriage, to carry yourself at a higher esteem than what we do. I think one of the most unfortunate things is the fact how a woman willing to stay a virgin and carry herself how she should be is being overlooked because of the 304 behavior being so popular and them still getting noticed and wifed up and things of that nature. We have to get back to honoring the women that stay on the right path. And it's not for those that no longer have a virginity to bargain with. It's for our youth that are coming up. We don't like what we see in the women of today. So therefore, we have to speak against the behaviors to create a better future.
So what I'm hearing, and I'm listening intently, is that a woman who's a virgin has more value than a woman who had probably safe sex, but she has more bodies.
A virgin is more valuable, yes.
So the virgin could have no type of experience, maybe not listen, hard-headed, but because she's a virgin, would she be better still than a woman who you would deem respectful?
Well, see now that was a bad question, because now you're trying to equate personality. You're trying to equate her personality to her virtue. That's the problem. That's where you're messing up in that question, because I don't think it's necessarily the fact of nobody's saying that a virgin doesn't listen or they can't comprehend or they could be rude or whatever the case may be. That wasn't the point that she was making. So you already framing that question kind of wrong, because you're trying to intertwine her character and how she behaves versus just her virtue, because that's what melanin is going based off of right now.
Yes, because even if she does have some unruly behavior inside of her, once she is dominated by a man sexually, she will submit, obey, and follow leadership. It's only women that have the experience on them that makes it more difficult for you to stay in your place.
Okay, so you think that body count matters, and I'm
Yes.
saying that body count matters until it doesn't. So who do you think would be more likely to get picked and married? Whoopi Goldberg with one body, or Kelly Rowland with, she's a reformed 304, but she found God? Who do you think will find a husband more faster?
Well,
Oh, you can't do that. You cannot do that. No. Because see, now you try. Oh, you think you slick. You trying to pin into a corner. You need to know. Give a better example. Give a better example. Give her somebody give her somebody that is of the same value in regards to looks. Kelly Rowland automatically looks way better than Whoopi Goldberg, and most people just off the rip of off her looks are gonna pick Kelly Rowland. That's not a fair question. That's not a fair question. Nope, can't do that. If everything's the same, one's a 304 and one's a virgin, now you can ask the question, which one would you choose? Not, oh, you got Whoopi Goldberg versus a Kelly Rowland. Come on, dog. Come on, SH. Come on, SH. Come on, man.
I'm gonna go with the Whoopi Goldberg of one body, especially if it's plastered across the forehead. Like, you're talking about a situation where we know, I would say the one that would get wifed up more would be the Whoopi Goldberg with the one body.
And that's my point, though. Body count matters until it doesn't, because when you get in relationships or when you talk to people, you really don't know. You know what you hear from them, you see their personality, you see what you might like. But because society puts such a stigma on body count, you say, she's a great woman, but damn, she slept with 10. Are you gonna now leave her to go be with a virgin who might not be more compatible with you? No. So why I brought up the Kelly Rowland and Whoopi Goldberg thing is because it's not plastered. One is deemed, and I don't find Whoopi ugly, but society does. She's deemed ugly, and Kelly Rowland is deemed beautiful. So the looks is what's going to get that so-called good girl who held herself overlooked versus a Kelly Rowland who changed, found God. She'd get married faster.
Okay, so you're talking about appearance.
What I'm saying is body count.
Are you talking about appearance? Because
yes.
Okay, so appearance is not body count. So that's what I'm saying. If we're basing it off body count, and regardless of appearance, I'm not answering based off of looks, because you said Whoopi and Kelly, but I didn't answer based off of looks. I kept it on body count. And the one with one body over the one that's a reformed hoe, to me, is the one that would get married first if it was plastered.
Right. And to you, they would, but in society,
because you're talking
about get overlooked. One is going to get overlooked, and one is going to get married faster. And the one that,
but see, that's not, again, you already fucked up, because guess what? What if both of them are attractive though? So then what? So now what's your question? So now everything else is the same. The attraction is the same, but one has maybe one body count or none, and the other one is a reformed 304. Who you think they're gonna choose? It's not a fair question. I see what you're doing, SH.
That's gonna get overlooked is the less attractive one, because really,
we're not talking about attraction. We're talking about body count. We're talking about body count.
Yes, and marriage and what people deem as valuable. So I brought this up to show you that it's talked about as this valuable thing, but it's not treated the same. There are things that are more important.
You have to go to looks to try to prove your point.
I didn't just go to looks. I went to somebody who's less respectful, somebody who's more respectful. You said yes, but 9 times out of 10, based on what you're saying, if a man finds a woman disrespectful, he's not going to marry her because she's a virgin. He's going to overlook her.
That's not true. You said he's not going to marry her if she's disrespectful. Is
If
that what
she's
you just said?
disrespectful but a virgin, he's still gonna walk away from her because she's disrespectful. Her virginity won't matter.
That's not necessarily true, and I think it depends on the level of disrespect that's occurring. If he can see some unruliness in her and she's a virgin, that might be a task that a man is willing to take on, especially since finding a virgin is such a rarity. So we have to talk about the levels of disrespect that are happening in this scenario. Because if she's just a little mouthy, a mouth can be tamed, especially with a virgin. It's the non-virgin girls that don't want to relax or go get a younger man in order to have control.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a living example that that's not true. And what I'm saying
What do you mean
is,
you're a living example? Well, never mind. So I don't want to do personal.
No, she brought it up her personal life. It wasn't you. So if she wants to use it as example, she can do it because she brought it up.
Yeah, what do you mean a living example?
I was a virgin and I married the man that took my virginity. And I do not believe that that just because I'm a virgin, that makes me special or more special than a woman who wasn't. Just because I'm a virgin doesn't mean I'm a better candidate. What makes me a great candidate is a plethora of other things. And what I'm arguing is that there are virgins who would get overlooked for so many reasons where virginity and body count would not matter. So
but
no, see, she kind of defeating her own argument, because here's the thing: she got married. She's not an ugly girl. She was a virgin. So she already defeated her argument. Now it'd be a different story if she was ugly. It's like, all right, well, cool. Well, you got lucky, but in this sense, you was a virgin. On top of that, you're not ugly. So you can't use that. You're defeating your own argument, shorty.
You're bringing up a scenario that didn't even happen. Why are you advocating for a behavior that you did not do? And I find it unfortunate that you don't understand that maintaining being a lady. Congratulations, by the way, and well done. I'll give you hand claps for marrying the person that took your virginity. But I think it's unfortunate and it's sad that you're trying to defend, I guess, the sisterhood of all women, rather than standing in the fact that you carried yourself to a high esteem and got the outcome that you wanted. I think it's unfortunate that you're advocating for anything.
It's not unfortunate, and I'm going to prove it to you because I think I'm the only one on this panel that did this. So if your logic stands, then that also means that I'm better than you. I'm more valuable than you. You should be quiet. I'm on a moral standpoint. You're a whore, I'm not, Melanin. You should be walking around saying I'm unworthy and should not get marriage. I don't believe that. I believe that you, if somebody finds value in you, are worthy of marriage just because of whatever they find.
Well, that's the thing. See, you're trying to equalize the entire playing field. Let's flip the script. If you're a dude and you got multiple baby mamas, then you got another guy who has no baby mamas, no kids at all. Who the fuck you think is going to be more attractive? In the sense of not to bust it open for a real one. Not that, but to actually settle down with and actually build a life with. Who do you think is the better candidate to do that with? The one who has multiple baby mamas, or the guy who doesn't have any baby mamas, but everything else is aligned? They both make good money. They're both attractive, but one got multiple baby mamas and the other one don't. So which one you think is more valuable? The guy without the guy that don't have multiple baby mamas. It's the same fucking thing. What are we talking about? It's the same exact thing. I can take it to another place. You could talk to a woman who has been married. She had kids, right? She didn't have kids out of wedlock. She got kids by a man that she was married to. for whatever reason, they got a divorce, right? You got this other shorty, she got kids too, but she got 2 baby daddies. Which one of them women are more valuable? The one who got 2 baby daddies, or the one who has kids by one man that she was married to, but just so happened they got a divorce? The one who got a divorce but had kids by that one man, that's the one that's more valuable. What are we talking about?
In you, and not because you are not a virgin.
Yeah, so I mean, that's cute and all, but no, you would be considered more valuable because you did marry a virgin. And see, the beauty about me is the fact that I know better.
And the fact and the problem with SH is the fact that she's trying to speak from a point of just herself. She's not understanding the man that's picking her, the men that are picking. That's how they look at it. So she's trying to look at it from the inside out. Men are looking at it from the outside in. It's like, shit, well, look at it. What you mean? You gonna pick this one over that one? Who you? Come on, man. Come on, man. We got to be realistic about this shit.
Women like you are the problem because even though you did it correctly, you want to advocate and stick up for those that did not. That's the problem. It's not about the adults that we should be worried about. It's about the youth. It's about the young women that's coming up behind us. So you should be advocating and shaming bad behavior like you just did. I think you were trying to be facetious or something like that. But all in all, you're still valid. You can't hurt me with the reality of things. You would be deemed more valuable. That's why I gave you your flowers. It's just that simple.
Melanie,
what?
I am not just better than you because I married the man who took my virginity. What I'm trying to say is you have value and should have self-respect.
No, but my value is not that. It doesn't mean no, because it doesn't mean I don't have self-respect. That's not what that means.
So if
there's no need to be advocating for the bad behavior. There's
I'm
no
not
need
advocating for bad
behavior.
behavior.
I don't need a pep talk from you about my value and all that. That's not what I need from you. I need for you to stop advocating for women that don't go about it the way that you did and trying to, oh, it's okay, pat them on the back. No, that's not what we should be doing.
Yeah,
by your logic, Megan Thee Stallion is just as good as Michelle Obama.
Yeah, so I'm going to do what I want. And what I'm saying is that Megan Thee Stallion, if I believe that people can change, or somebody who's not a virgin, who didn't do it so-called the wrong way, they practice safe sex, but everything didn't just work out, I'm not telling them that they are worthless because they didn't save their virginity. I think that's actually
nobody says. See, now you're straw manning. You're straw manning the argument. Nobody's saying that they're worthless. Nobody said that they're worthless. But when you have to measure the two, because you have to measure it against something. Okay, so what would you prefer? Would you prefer a woman who has multiple baby daddies, or would you prefer one who don't have baby daddies? Most men would probably say, I want the one who don't have baby daddies. So in that right, that man, because he's gonna choose, he sees more value in the one that don't have multiple baby mamas. I mean, multiple baby daddies versus the one who does. Why? Because it's a decision making. It's decision making. You got multiple baby daddies. That means you made multiple bad decisions. Your decision making is horrible. So, but this person over here who don't have multiple baby daddies, they have better decision making skills, and so I align with that a lot better. So therefore, I see more value in this person than I do that person. What are you talking about? What you talking about, SH?
bad behavior, because safe sex, there's nothing wrong with practicing safe sex.
There is.
What's wrong with practicing safe sex?
Because so you wouldn't have a problem. Just so we're clear, if you had a daughter that was of legal age, you wouldn't have a problem with her having a plethora of sexual partners as long as she was being safe about it. Yes or no?
If she's being intentional and practicing safe sex, and her relationships don't work out,
yes or no? You're adding too much context.
Yes, I'd be okay with it.
Oh, hell nah. Nope. You're going against the very thing that you did, which was the right thing. That's just like me saying, that'd be just like somebody saying, hey, bro, you got married. Listen, man, you had babies. You didn't have any out of wedlock. You got married. Everything is solid. But hey, you get sons and you say, hey, big dog, you don't got to do it like me. You know what I'm saying? You can go out here and have multiple baby mamas. You know, you can go out here and bust shorties open as much as you want to. You know what I'm saying? You can get them pregnant, do all of that shit. That's what you can do. You know what I'm saying? You good. Don't do, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do it like me. What you mean? No, you advocate for the thing that you did right. And now you're speaking against it. I don't understand that. What the fuck is going on? This is the clear example of what's wrong is right and what's right is wrong. That's crazy.
This is why we need fathers. This is why we need fathers, because that's ridiculous that you would say it's okay for her to be misusing her body by just because she's being saved. It's okay for her to have multiple sexual partners. This is why most of the time I can't stand when women talk. You didn't do that. So why are you advocating for that? For what? Why are you advocating for women with already got bodies on them to, oh, you're still loved and you're still equal? No, we should bring back shame, because this mindset are the mindsets of people having daughters. And this is why we have an uptick in teenage pregnancy, because of this dumbass mindset.
So shame on you, Melanin. You don't deserve marriage. You don't deserve a husband. Shame on you. Shame on you.
She don't get it. She don't get it. She not understanding. You're missing it. She's 110% missing everything that Melanin's saying. Nobody's saying just because you got sexual partners that you aren't worthy to get married. Nobody said that. There are plenty of women out here who've had multiple partners they got married. Hell, there are even some that have had some babies out of wedlock and they still got married. Yes, the possibility of that happening is still possible. But what you're arguing here is the value of the two. You're arguing the value. That's it. You're not talking about personality. You're not talking about who they are, the compatibility. You're not talking about any of that. You're talking about the value in regards to their virtue. That's it. And you're taking it all over the place. You're strictly straw man in this argument right now. Well, shame on you, Melanin, that you'll never get married. Who said that? Who?
Shame on you. You don't deserve it.
If that makes you feel better, because
it doesn't, and this is my point. It is disgusting behavior.
It's not disgusting.
It is disgusting.
It's called structure and it's called discipline.
No, it's not.
That we should care. We should care. We should care about how women carry themselves. We should care.
Does life happen? Do people make mistakes? Do people get in relationships and things don't
just
work
because
out?
you the fact that you call
I'm sorry. Man, listen, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's like arguing a fat person versus a skinny person. Now, are there times where a person that's actually in shape, a person that works out on a consistent basis, they eat healthy, versus a person who isn't disciplined, they don't go to the gym, they don't eat right, they don't do any of those things, and that's just like you as a person that's fit, and you're telling them, hey man, listen, it's okay for you to go eat that Twinkie. It's okay for you to go out there and not work out and just be a lazy bum and not get into any activity and remain fat and remain obese and remain in be a high calorie individual. It's okay for you to do that. It's okay. Now, I know I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I know I stayed disciplined. I had a regimen. I ate well. I did all the great things. It's okay for you to do that. Even though the the value at which you may be at a higher risk to get a disease, diabetes, all of these different things. But hey, it's okay. Eat that Twinkie, bro. Don't exercise. Don't do none of it. You good. You are still valuable. What? No. No. Absolutely not. That's exactly what she's doing right now. Listen, I got 6-pack abs. Listen, bro. I'm jacked. I look good in these clothes. When I take my clothes, I look good, butt naked. I look good. But look, you good over there, bro. Like I'm telling you, you ain't gotta do it like me, man. You can just be out of shape. Do your thing, dog. I'm telling you, do your thing, bro. You can get the same results as me. You can still get the same exact results that I get. Cap.
It a mistake means that you should not be doing it. You
So
said
why
the
did
fact
you
that
do
it's
it?
a mistake.
No, so why did you do it?
I don't do what because you brought your.
Why did you marry the guy?
You brought your personal.
Why did you marry the guy who took your virginity?
I'm not answering that because
Yeah,
I don't do personal. I don't do personal.
Let's do a timeout right here, right? Because we agreed that we don't do personals. But I want to clarify something.
Sorry.
As Sage is not going back and forth. As Sage is using a logic against her and saying, if you believe in this is what we're talking about. Is all she's not flip-flopping between one and the other. She's saying, I don't believe in these things, but if you believe it, just like you pointing out, I'm the example. I'm not contradicting myself because I'm pointing out how you didn't do it and you still have value. It's not a contradiction.
Yeah, but the value is not equal. That's the point. That's what I'm saying.
Sure, sure, Mel, sure. I'm just saying that she's not flip-flopping or attacking you. She's actually giving you flowers by saying, I don't think that even though you didn't do the virgin thing.
But yeah, we understand that though, Fatty. Again, you're arguing, but that's the problem. What you're arguing, she's taking the argument to a different place. She's moving the goalpost because nobody says that she doesn't have value because she's had sex. What they're arguing is who has more value when it comes to the virtue. That's it. But it went somewhere else. When you start to add things on, when you talk about personality, you talk about looks, you talk about all these different things. So now you're adding more context to that. But when we just broke it down to the nuts and bolts of just the virtue in itself. So when you look at it, when you break it down to the brass tacks, which one is more valuable in that sense? And when you look at it, you have to look at it through the lens of a man, because only the man is going to be the one that dictates that. Regardless of how you feel about yourself, you can feel like you're the most valuable person in the world. That's cool. That's your own personal right to feel that way. But however, you don't dictate the market. The men do. Just as vice versa. The women will dictate the type of man that you are, or they will dictate that. You can call yourself him all day, but if you ain't got the results to actually prove that you're him, then don't give a fuck what you think about yourself. The market dictates that. Where's the lie?
I still believe that you are valued. People are thinking that this personal chart is not
agree with
personal
you.
chart.
I
She
agree
believes on
with
her
you. I agree
worldview.
with the chat. Okay,
She's
sorry.
saying on her worldview, even if woman at before and all that.
Give you another example. That's just like, let's talk about sports. You know, I like to use sports analogies, right? Do we believe that the bench players? Let's talk about the NBA. Do we believe that the bench players are valuable? Yes. Now, do we believe that the players that are starters? Or let's make it even better for you. Let's take the Timberwolves, right? The bench players, they have value. Correct, right? We can agree with that. Do any of those players on the bench have more value than Anthony Edwards? Yes or no? I'll answer for you. No, they don't have more value than Anthony Edwards, but that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that the bench players don't have value. They're on the team for a reason. They have value, but does that mean they have more value than Anthony Edwards or just as much value? No, they don't. And you'd be lying if you say that they do. Come on, man.
They deserve a second chance, and they have value like the woman, like her, that actually didn't do it. So I don't
But
want
it's not,
to.
I understand that, but it's not equal value.
Sure,
And that's,
you disagree with
that's
that.
my point. It's not equal value, and that's irritating because this is why nobody's finding value in staying a virgin until marriage anymore. Because what's the point? If the 304 is getting looked at equal to me, or the woman with bodies is getting looked at equal to me, why would I stay a virgin? Why should I matter? Why should I feel special? And that's the problem with the talking point. That's my only point.
Yes, and it's what I'm trying to say is body count and virginity is not just what makes you special. You are not sitting here and I'm
What
better
makes you
than
special?
you. And what I'm saying is that life happens, people go through life. So just because she might have more bodies than somebody doesn't mean that she's more that she's less valuable. I think women can make better choices in picking a better guy, can make better choices in protecting themselves. Men as well, because I think men should also, but not to.
So if I go to the car lot, and I buy a car that has 100,000 miles on it versus buying a car that has 5,000 miles on it, you mean to tell me that $100,000 mile car is the same value as that 3,000 mile car? That's what you're telling me? But no, don't worry. We did a fresh paint job on it. We changed the tires on it. We did the oil change on it. We cleaned up the vehicle. We shampooed it. We got to look at real good and spiffy. But guess what? It's still 100,000 miles on that goddamn vehicle, though. It's still 100,000 miles on it, regardless of what you did to it. You can put all the you can do all the upgrades as much as you want to it. It's still got 100,000 miles on it. Versus that 3,000 mile vehicle. You telling me that it's still more valuable? Oh, I'll break it down to you even further. Let's talk real estate, right? So you mean to tell me that both two of these houses are the same, right? You can go down any neighborhood because I used to do wholesale real estate, right? There are two houses. They are exactly the same, but one has more value. Why is that? Well, it's because there have been upgrades. There have been upgrades in the house. Upgrades have been made. There's things that are new inside the home, or you could look at it as a brand new home that was just built versus a home that wasn't built. You could look at it as this. Okay, there's a brand new house that was built down the street here. This has more value versus this house over here that doesn't have any upgrades into it. They haven't put anything new into it. That roof is almost 20 years old. There's no rebuild, no nothing. That house has been the same and we built this house in 1990. This house was built in 1990, no upgrades at all. Versus this new home that was built in 2015. That was over here built in 2015. Which one of these houses have more value? The 2015 home. Because that 1990 home, it ain't got no upgrades. Everything is still original to when it was first built. So you finna get cents on the dollar for that house versus the 2015 home. You're gonna have to pay a little bit more because that house is more valuable. Come on, dog.
Go to men. What I'm saying is they do not get to now stay stuck in the past and not look forward to something positive in their future just because. And I think there's so many different things that you should be worrying about than, damn, I had sex with somebody I shouldn't have.
She missing it 110%. You're missing it 110%, SH. Like real talk, you're missing it. You're talking about shouldisms. You're going based off of the shouldisms, right? Versus the reality of the situation. You're talking about shoulds. Well, this is what you shouldn't be. This is how you shouldn't be looking at it. This is how you shouldn't be doing this. Well, that ain't the reality because guess what? if you go to a job and you got a felony charge on you, even though you did that felony, even though you had a felony on you 10 years ago, you've turned your life around. Everything is phenomenal. You doing great now versus that dude over here. Both of y'all have the same credentials, but one key factor, he don't have a felony charge. Which one you think they're gonna choose? Which one you think they're gonna choose? You think they're gonna choose the one that had the one that had the felony? Yeah, all right. Believe that if you want to. Believe that if you want to. And it works the same thing. It works the same way in dating. So I don't know. So I don't know what to tell you, man. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And make sure you hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these 2 videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
That's crazy, bro. Listen, man, I appreciate y'all for kicking it with your boy tonight. Make sure you go and show love to my recently uploaded videos. And if you haven't joined the Discord, be sure to do so. The link is in the page description. Also, make sure you join the ENG community. We got to get to 100 members, all right? The gold is $2.99, silver is $1.99, and the bronze is 99 cents. So very inexpensive. So make sure y'all become a member. And also make sure you are here Friday for the Banter and Barter live stream. Banter and Barter, we gonna run it up. We're gonna run it up. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be dope. Can't wait to see y'all. Yeah, it's gonna be dope. So make sure y'all are here. Make sure y'all are here ready to show love and come kicking and join the conversation with us. All right. So until next time, my good people, I will holla.